What's up, guys? This is the Gospel according to Mark with a C. He is I, and I am he. Just taking some time to tell you exactly what's on my mind. Thank you for joining me once again, my friends. And guys, you might be aware that the Oscar nominations for 2023 have been announced. Yes, it is a joyous time for the industry. They get to suck each other off and pat each other on the back and all of that good stuff. And it's a good time to be an actor, unless you're Alec Baldwin, but that's another story. And they're all happy for one another. Everyone that is, except for one miss, let me get this name right, Chinoye Chakwu. Chinoye Chakwu Akukukan. No, Chinoye Chakwu is the writer-director for the movie Till that came out. It was based upon the brutal, terrible murder of Emmett Till. And that was what she wrote and directed. Now, however, she has been the victim of one of Oscar's famous snubs. Her movie got snubbed. Best actor, best picture, all of it got snubbed. Now, she had some very choice words to say about the snubbing of her movie, and I just thought it's kind of ironic because I think she might be overlooking something when she's going so hard with the victimhood narrative. So let's get into what she actually said. Now, this was in the Hollywood Reporter. Follow me now. It says here, Till, writer-director Chinoye Chakwu, called out the unabashed misogyny towards black women after her film was notably left out of the 2023 Oscar nominations, with star Danielle Deadwyler missing out on the Best Actress nod. Many experts predicted she'd receive for her portrayal of Emmett Till's mother, Mamie Till Mobley. And this is what Chinoye Chakwu went on to say. She said, "We live in a world and work in industries that are so aggressively committed to upholding whiteness and perpetuating an unabashed misogyny towards black women," Chakwu wrote in part on Instagram on Tuesday, which was earlier today, depending on what time you're watching this. Still, she tried to find her own happiness in the Oscar disappointment. She went on to say, "I am forever in gratitude for the greatest lesson of my life. Regardless of any challenges or obstacles, I will always have the power to cultivate my own joy, and it is that joy that will continue to be one of my greatest forms of resistance," Chakwu wrote. What a beautiful piece of occupational masturbation. She is really feeling herself. "When I think of me, I touch myself." Well, I'm glad you're touching you, Miss Chakwu. But you know something I feel like you might have overlooked, okay? In unrelated news, after 15 years and 30 films, an actor from the Marvel Cinematic Universe has finally received an Academy Award nomination. Who could it be now? When the nods for the 2023 Oscars were announced on Tuesday, included among the Best Supporting Actress nominees was one Miss Angela Bassett, come on down, for her role as Queen Ramonda in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. Now, before now, none of Marvel's slews of A-listers, including Oscar nominees and winners Robert Downey Jr., Kate Blanchett, the late Chadwick Boseman. No, the hell you say, the late Chadwick Boseman didn't win one either for Marvel, for the MCU? No, he did not. Brie Larson and Natalie Portman have been nominated for their work in an MCU movie. They have not been, but Angela Bassett was. And guess what Angela Bassett is? Say it with me, guys. She's black. She's black. Yes, she is. Angela Bassett is black. I've seen her. But I thought, according to Chinoye Chakwu, we live in a world and work in industries that are so aggressively committed to upholding whiteness and perpetuating an unabashed misogyny towards black women, she said. Now, see, this offends me on a couple of different levels, okay? I gotta say, right? It really strikes me in that place because, number one, your movie Till is based upon the brutal murder of a black male, a black child, okay? So you would think that the higher purpose would be that you're bringing this story in awareness to a whole new generation, you know? And let's face it, Miss Chakwu, you know that you're going to get a NAACP Image Award, right? Okay, so what? Okay, but anyway, you're supposed to be representing this terrible moment in history right? And that should really eclipse everything else. But you're just worried about your own personal glory, aren't you? What the Oscars have to say. And that's the problem with awards and, you know, all of this accolades that you get from the industry and everything. You forget the very purpose that you're supposed to have. Okay. Now, I know that you're in show business and you want to be acknowledged for what you do and everything like that, but it's just a bad look to me, guys. And it's also short-sighted when you consider she could have used her speech to congratulate her sister, Angela Bassett, but you won't hear her doing that. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, it's off-putting to me that she would use this as an opportunity to do that whole victimhood thing. Look at me. Oh, it's terrible. The world is against me. What am I going to do? Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. And let me point something else out, guys. My favorite movie of 2022 also got snubbed. That would be RRR. But at the same time, you don't hear NTR Jr. or Ram Charan or SS Rajamouli. You don't hear them talking about how terrible it is and how, you know, the industry is against them and all of that stuff. You won't hear it from them. They don't do that. Number one, I might point out that they have their whole film industry that they made themselves. They actually own something. This is a Tollywood film, which has a major audience. So they're good no matter what. They're just happy that what they produced is being appreciated in the Western world. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. The bottom line is that awareness, people have been opened up to that whole genre of movie making, to Tollywood films. You know, people are looking into this, you know, they want to see more of this type of thing. That's a beautiful thing. But that concept, unfortunately, is lost on Chinonye Chuck Woo because she's too busy wanting to paint herself as a victim. And I just think that it's ironic. I think that it's sad. And I think that it's pathetic. I really do, guys. But I don't know. You guys tell me how you feel about this. I mean, congratulations to all of the nominees. I mean, I don't know who's going to win this thing or whatever. But when I saw that story, I was like, listen, I got to say something about this because once again, you know, you have a situation where, you know, people are exploiting Black culture. You know, they're exploiting this moment in history that had to do with Emmett Till, you know, just in much the same way I was talking about how Wakanda Forever exploited the death of Chadwick Boseman. This is the reason why I did that video a couple of months ago talking about how, you know, why we love dead Black men so much, because ultimately other people are getting to take the bow. And in this case, it's this Black woman who is going to use this as a sounding board for the unabashed misogyny of Black women. In the meantime, you got Angela Bassett, who's being lauded all over the place for her performance. So that's quite ironic, I think, guys. But you can get in the comment section and let me know how you feel about this. You know, guys, I leave no stone unturned. I see it all. So you tell me how you feel about it. Thank you guys for listening. This is The Gospel According to Mark with a C. Rock on.